Left lane dumpster fire. Hey, how's it going, everybody? How did you like that shit show? How'd you like that? Embarrassing. And I know I've got some family members watching. They're like, ooh, Ty, watch the language. That was atrocious. Oh, my God, that was awful. Western Kentucky walked into Fayetteville with Arkansas's former quarterback who wanted to transfer out. I guess he saw the writing on the wall, really. I think Ty Story might have been the smartest man in the state of Arkansas, and left and came in here and just whooped Arkansas's ass. That happened. So I wanted to delay going live for just a few minutes because I wanted to see, does anything happen? Let's just sit here and wait. Let's wait. Does anything happen? Do they make the decision tonight to walk away from this absolute freaking dumpster fire? Again, I'm not saying that they absolutely have to and they should. I'm just waiting to see if it happens because I don't know what athletic director, all things given, everything that we've seen under Chad Morris. I just wanted to wait and see. Does he have more patience than the rest of us? And sure he does. He's a CEO, right? That's what an AD is. They don't make gut check decisions. They don't make decisions based on emotion. I get that. But at some point, it's like, the hell did we just watch? You now have two embarrassing, well, I mean, all the losses have been embarrassing, but last year you had Colorado State. Isn't it? This is so familiar because it's happened so much. You had Colorado State last year and North Texas doing what? Exactly what Western Kentucky did today. Different year, different week, same exact result. I don't know how the hell anybody puts up with this. Fishman, you the man, Ty. Yeah, so last night's stream got cut. I tried everything in my power. Cox Internet went out. It did not want to reconnect. I'm going to hope to God that Chad Morris and his cronies don't cut my internet today. I'm sure someone. Well, I know that there are some people in the athletic department who have watched my content before. I got an interesting notification on that a year ago. That's been a while, but it wasn't anything bad. So I don't know. Maybe there is something going on there because it seems like what was funny is during the first half of this football game today, I was actually able to watch it right here on my computer, no problem. And then right at halftime, it just stopped. And like my internet stopped working. Finally, it was like 10 minutes into halftime, I was able to get it working. And if God above will allow for this stream to continue, we'll try and keep this thing going at least for about 30 minutes because I know we've got Alabama LSU. I want to watch that as badly as you guys do. I'm gonna have some guy time tonight with my boys. Shout out to Duke and Zach. We're gonna go. We're just gonna. I don't know. We might drink ourselves stupid tonight. This has just been atrocious. So the first half, Western Kentucky does what on fourth down? They go 5 for 5. Have you ever seen that before? I'm the Chavis defenders. They're out there. Someone in Discord asked, "Is that really a thing?" It is. They're out there. They come through chat quite a bit. I really at this point have no idea what really to tell you guys. It's time. Like this is it. I fully expect to start hearing rumors tonight and to wake up tomorrow to find out that there really is fire at the end of the smoke. That they've made a decision, and I'm not saying you fire him tomorrow. I'm saying at least I think it would do everybody a solid favor. Hunter Yurchek would be doing everybody a solid favor if he came out and he just said, "Look, as of 2020, Chad Morris will not be returning as our head coach." And here's one reason why you do that, because January 2020, if I read the article correctly that was released by Hogbeat.com on. I think Thursday, maybe it was Friday, Chad Morris's contract drops $2-3 million as of January 2020. So Hunter Yurachek, if I'm him, I want to appease the fans. This is a dumpster fire beyond that. Dumpster fire times 10. You've got Clay Travis and all these other talking heads of college athletics coming out and saying this is the people who have no affiliation of the football program at all, outside of covering college football, saying that this might be the worst hire in SEC history. So Hunter Yurachek comes out and says, okay, tomorrow morning, I'm hoping, tomorrow sometime, we hear about he's going to have a meeting with the press at noon. And then he comes out, and I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. This is what I think could happen, and how, if it goes down, how it might actually go down. He comes out and he says, yeah, as of 2020, Chad Morris will not be will not be our head coach. Oh boy, I can't. Great, my kids walk in. I can't shut my door because my internet cord's sticking out. That might be a problem. Ty Lee's because of Hicks. Now Hicks is our scrimmage team tight end. Can't make this up. I've got a lot. Wow. Got a lot of held for review comments here that I have to look at really fast. Players laughing and smiling after. I had a feeling. I saw that too. Sosa Game was taking pictures. And I knew that would probably trigger some people, and I get it. Like, you don't want to see that. As a fan, you don't want to see that. I get what he was doing, though. I don't think he was – I'm sure Sosa's he's a hog. He's a diehard hog, and I guarantee you when they go to the locker room, they're hanging their heads. Hunter Yurachek needs to handle the press conference today and fire his ass. So you're talking about Chad. Yeah, I agree. That at least Hunter has to come out and say something. I've been saying now for the last several weeks that I'm not condoning firing Chad Morris right now. I'm not calling for his head right now. Yeah, I've said also the writing's been on the wall too. And what I'm saying is at least by the end of the year, fine, let him coach out the rest of the year, and just move on with life. And then you could go ahead and start your coaching search knowing that, you know what, we're moving on from you. We're moving on from this staff. John Chavis has got to be the worst defensive coordinator at Arkansas I've seen since Willie Robinson. And I think he's actually worse than Willie Robinson somehow. You remember how bad Willie was? He got so bad there were rumors that Petrino had to take control of the defense, and you could kind of see a difference when those rumors came out. The following week, the defense showed a little bit more effort. He has to go, says young DB. My eye just started twitching like crazy. Hey, thank you guys. Wow, that was a good little 5-minute rant, 6-minute rant. Please like the content if you guys would. Share it. You're already commenting. You're already doing that. You're knocking that out of the park. If you guys would, tap the subscribe button for those of you who haven't yet. If you haven't tapped the subscribe button, check out all the links down below. There's a Hog Talk podcast link. Of course, there's a Patreon link and a PayPal link for those of you who want to throw a tip in the tip jar. I'd really appreciate it. Mr. T-Dub, who always brings that fire, by the way. T-Dub. Timothy, you're the man. But I want to see what he says here. He says, fire him now. We have a bye week for an interim to come in and put the pieces together. Wow. Got something in my throat. Chavis gets $1.5 million for the abomination on the field. Yeah. Is that right? Is it 1.5? Wow, I don't know what's going on. If it's not my internet, now it's Chad Morris putting something in the air. What up, Ty? Great day, ain't it? Says Roger Spence. It's a wonderful day if you're a Razorback fan. I agree, Hunter Laney for interim. Or I agree, Hunter Lunny for interim. Yeah, a lot of people are on board with that. I understand that because he's been the only, it seems like, capable coach on this staff. Mike Leach, I've been saying it for 2 years. Well, I mean, I'm not saying I would love Leach. I've been saying that all year, but it's hard to stand on that fence right now because they're not exactly having a great year this year. But I'm all for it. I like his offense. My dad, who might be listening, I don't know, but he really likes or doesn't like Leach. He's not a fan of Leach. Doesn't like that he doesn't have a defense. Ty's got the swine flu. It might very well be that from watching these horrific Razorbacks play. Biddy said it was $1.5 million. Okay, there you go, $1.5 million. LSU's gonna beat Bama. Yeah, I have LSU getting. I guess I don't know if you call that an upset, but if you're winning at Alabama, didn't I tell you that Ty was gonna have a big day? Says Derek Billingsley. Well, yeah. Every quarterback they've played this year has had a bad. I mean, Kentucky literally put a wide receiver in at quarterback and looked like a Heisman candidate. Of course, Ty Story is going to look good. Like everyone who's talking about the wrong quarterback transferred out, it doesn't matter who's the quarterback here. It doesn't matter. There's so much work that has to be done on the sidelines before they can even begin to work on what's going on the field. What's bad is I wanted Ty Story to come in and says Mark. And that's exactly what happened. And for those of you who believe that this is the route you have to take to lose out for Chad Morris to hit the road, it looks like it could happen. If you guys hear anything, any smoke, let us know in the chat, because literally all I have up right now is my YouTube chat and my OBS, and I try not to spend too much time surfing the web while I'm trying to talk to you guys, because it can get a little distracting on top of trying to keep up with chat. Good to see an Arkansas quarterback have a hell of a game, even if it was for the opposing team. This is Mike Lane. Chad and the staff need to go. How ironic is that Ty Story was actually the better quarterback all along? I don't think he's the better quarterback. I really don't. Nick Starkel, I still think, as far as if you want to compare talent, is the more talented quarterback. Problem is, it's all in his head. But arm talent, he's got it. Ty Story walked into a team that is way better structured. They have structure. They're better. There's actual coaching going on. He walked into a much better situation at Western Kentucky than what's going on here. I mean, again, we said this last night, how many different quarterbacks have played for Chad Morris? What are they on, like 15? That's all the evidence you need is the quarterback swapping. That's all the evidence that you need. I really need a drink of water. I'm so sorry. My bad. Yeah, Ty Story looked great because everybody looks great against this defense. Everybody looks great. If you can make San Jose State look good on offense, Kentucky with a wide receiver playing quarterback, if you can make average offenses look elite, I think some of you in chat could line up and move the ball on this defense. They are out of position every single snap. The only bright spot, in my opinion, Curl started the year off great. Curl's kind of, I don't know, if he's not creating turnovers or getting turnovers, he disappears a little bit. But Bumper Pool has been a bright spot. That guy is up and down the field. He plays in between the sidelines. He's got it's sneaky kind of speed that he has. TCU playing Baylor in the third overtime. Is that going on? Wow. I see Chad giving a post-game conference, but can't tell which game he's talking about. All post-games sound the same. Yeah, it's rinse and repeat. If you don't think Ty is better, then where the hell is Starkel and the other yo-yo? Well, I'll say it again, Toll. Who's the coach? Who's the offensive coordinator? Ty Story couldn't find success in this offense a year ago. What makes you think anybody else can? If Ben Hicks, a guy who made it happen at SMU, can't get it figured out over here, what makes you think that anybody else can at quarterback? Ty Story had a great day because everybody has a great day. Did you also miss on some of his incompletions? They were pretty bad throwing balls. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I think he's capable at Western Kentucky. But beyond that, I mean, there's a reason why he was coming out of high school. A lot of people felt like was kind of he was a great. I think he had 4 stars at Rivals, but a lot of other recruiting sites were very skeptical of Ty Story. And then he comes in here. It takes him until last year till he actually sees the field. And I think it was a combination of everything, but mostly it's on the staff. This staff can't get anybody prepared. Again, when you've got a rotating door at quarterback, nobody looks good here. Nobody's going to be good here. Ty Story is living up to, I think, what he is an average quarterback at Western Kentucky. Arkansas is it's your get-right week, as I mentioned on the Hog Talk halftime show. It's a get-right week. That's what it is. That's how bad you are. It's for your offense and defense to make the adjustments they need to figure out on film just what you need to have happen, right? It's that get-right week. Get things right this week. Because, you might make some mistakes. You can take some risks. You can roll the dice a little bit here. because there's no worry. You're going to get out to a big lead early and not ever have to worry about Arkansas coming back because of the inconsistencies at the quarterback spot, because of the inconsistencies on both sides of the ball. Special teams is, I don't know. We've had guys step out of bounds inside the 10, like twice this year on kick return. It's a get-right week. Boyd, 8 touches for Boyd. I don't know why that was held for review, Ty. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's weird. YouTube's strange. Rakeem Boyd, what did he end up with? Let me pull all that up. Rakeem Boyd, 8 carries, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's all you need to know about this staff besides the rotating door at quarterback position. Your best player on offense doesn't touch the ball enough. You don't find a way to get him involved enough. TJ Hammonds, who every time he touches the ball this year, almost every time, he's lighting it up. He's getting chunks of yards. Why haven't we seen more of him? Give me, and nothing against DeVal Whaley, who I think is a short yardage smasher. Why have we not seen more of TJ over DeVal Whaley? What? So let's do this rundown really quick on what happened. These guys were 50% on third down. Western Kentucky was 9 of 18, 5 for 5 on fourth down. They did all that in the first half. 478 total yards of offense, 213 passing. They were 22 of 32 yards completion per pass were 6 yards. They ran for 265, and they were penalized 3 times for 20 yards with 1 turnover, which was a fumble. Arkansas, 12 total first downs, 4 of 12 on third down, 1 for 2 on fourth down, 340 total yards, 87 yards passing, 9 of 26 total passes and completions, 2 interceptions, 253 yards on the ground on 28 attempts, which averaged out to 9 yards a carry, 3 penalties for 25 yards. I don't know. Western Kentucky, like I said yesterday, the football power index had Arkansas favored in this one at 65 or something percent. I don't know why this thing wasn't at 50%. I don't know. I truly don't. All we can do now is wait on just what the hell happens the rest of this year. That's really all we can do. If they do decide to fire Chad, nobody's going to be booing the decision, I guarantee you. And that includes people in the media. You might hear a few people who in the media have kind of been defending Chad, although I don't really know who those people are. But if they're out there, I'm sure they'll boo the decision. And maybe they're right. Maybe there's a point to be made there. But I hope at the very least that Hunter Yurachek is on the phone with somebody. How can an easy offense be so hard if the defense or people at home can see what's going on? Mr. T-Dub Morris, I think we're in part. I think we are in a part of where our program is, where we're asking a lot of 18-year-old men to play older guys. We are having to grow up the hard way. We are all frustrated with it. So I guess that's him at the postgame. Martin Douglas says, as a coach, Morris couldn't motivate a drowning man to climb in the lifeboat. Oof, Mark. Damn, son. I don't know. I expected the usual. Very disappointed. Yeah, I said. Remember, I picked Western Kentucky to win this game. Let's see. Jones played terrible. Yeah, Jones. Neither quarterback looked good, and that goes back. Now this is a little different because they are freshmen, but Jones is a redshirt freshman. He's been here for a year, but it goes back to the staff's inability to put these guys in a position where they can win games. I even think Bryant High School, and Bryant's a pretty good high school team, could beat this team, and I wouldn't be surprised. Why am I not surprised by what I saw today? Says Mr. Runner. Gus will hire Chad Morris, says Chris Montrell, and good luck to him if he does. I think Chad'd be a great offensive coordinator. Head coach? Nope. Chad is at the podium for the postgame presser, so he is still the coach. Yep, so he is over there. We've got about 7 or 8 minutes. That interview hopefully will be I know it'll be up later tonight, and I'm going to catch that for sure. Want to see what he says. I think if they do make a decision, it'll probably be tomorrow. If they decide to fire him, it wouldn't be. I didn't think that it really would be, but a part of me was just maybe. If Gus can do it with Nick Marshall, then we should be able to win at least 5 games with KJ, says Rashad Walker. I mean, it goes back to look, if what you saw today tells you that KJ should have been playing all along, I don't know if you've been – look, KJ's a great quarterback, but he's got to grow within the system. Okay, he's got to be developed, right? You've got to watch a ton of film. He's got a lot of work to do with that, with his decision making, with his just overall passing. Like, he's very raw in that area. And again, Dudley Dawson, I've heard some other people say this who watched KJ in fall camp, who watched him last season in high school. He's a very raw passer. I don't think that KJ gets you any more wins. If what you saw today against Western Kentucky at home in Fayetteville tells you that you get more wins with KJ, I don't think you've been watching the same game. At the end of the day, it's about preparation, and they haven't been prepared, and it's about, evaluating your opponent. Doesn't look like that's going on. I think they're out smoking methamphetamines instead of actually breaking down film. I'm not really sure. That was harsh. I'm kidding about the methamphetamines. It's the frustration coming out. I can't figure this damn thing out. But there's a lot of things that go into this. No quarterback is going to make a difference. In all honesty, Starkel is the only guy with the arm talent, but it's his decision-making that's a headache. Ben Hicks can't move this offense, despite what we were told in fall camp. It's a lack of preparation. It's a lack of just overall preparedness. It's no adjustments. It's not getting guys in the right place at the right time. Decision making by the quarterbacks. It's all of that bundled into one thing. I don't know. KJ doesn't get you more wins. Nobody gets you more wins. Again, 22-year-old Michael Vick, who, by the way, for those of you who are too young to remember or even recall Michael Vick playing in the NFL at 22, 23, go back and watch some film. That guy was unbelievable. One of the greatest dual threat quarterbacks of all time, despite all the dogfighting. All right, just pretend like that didn't happen for a minute. Okay, I'm not saying forgive the guy. Go back and watch that film. Michael Vick couldn't make this offense work in an RPO format on offense. Nobody can with that coaching staff on the sidelines. They're terrible. They're in over their heads. It feels like there's no discipline. Discipline's harsh because they are one of the least penalized teams in the league. I shouldn't say that. But there's a lack of execution and a lack of being at the right place at the right time on defense. Guys out of place, play in and play out. Defensive line getting dominated by Western Kentucky, by San Jose State, struggling against Portland State. You wrap all of this up. You wrap it all up into a gift. It's the shittiest gift on earth because it's all crap. They're terrible, and it's a reflection of the staff, not the players. They have the talent to beat the likes of San Jose State. They have the talent to beat a wide receiver playing quarterback for Kentucky. They have the talent to beat Western Kentucky, which, by the way, you're now 0 for 2 against teams out of the state of Kentucky. Think about that. They're bowl eligible. You're fighting just to have something to be excited for at Arkansas. That is what's wrong with what's going on here. I think Hunter sees this. I mean, again, when he's made some, as far as hype, he's made some wonderful hires so far. We haven't actually seen an execution fully. The way they handled Rice was incredible. I hope Musselman gets this thing going with Razorback basketball. But he fired Mike Anderson, a guy who was at least a proven winning coach at Arkansas. A proven winning coach. Laid a wonderful foundation for this program. Mike Anderson did exactly that. If there's one thing, besides bringing in Gafford and Portis and handling Kentucky a few years there, outside of those things, he laid a wonderful foundation. Fired him. Granted, it was after 8 years, but again, look at his track record. Yeah, postseason sucked. All right, you guys know my history there. I was one of the people saying, look, it's time to walk the other way. Mike's not getting it done going into year 9. They're not going to be any better. He did it. Do you think he's watching this going, yeah, I'm all right with that? Absolutely not. Defensive line was atrocious. The only thing that I saw this entire game that was a bright spot on the defense was bumper pull. Scuda missing tackles. I don't think Curl did anything that made, that was disappointing. Fouché missed tackles. He's a little bit younger. You can kind of understand that, but it's becoming a reoccurring theme week in and week out. Defensive line not getting pushed. 0 pass rush. I don't know why. I don't know how anybody could defend John Chavis right now. I don't know how anybody can defend what they're seeing on the field, both sides of the ball. I don't get it. I don't know how anybody can defend this. It is shit, whether you want to admit it or not. Earmuffs, kids. Earmuffs. Earmuffs. Uncle Ty's cussing again. This is embarrassing, and it's time to make a change. If that means at the end of the year, so be it. If that means tomorrow, so be it. I hope he's on the phone with people, and I hope that he's voicing his frustration with the board of trustees, with the chancellor. Supposedly the chancellor was on the field today. There's so much more to discuss, but it's the same thing every week. We just want to sit here and gripe and moan and bitch, complain about what we saw. That's what this is, because that's what Arkansas football is. It's nothing but a 3+ hour let's bitch about Razorback football session every time they take the field, because that's all fans do anymore, because that's all you can do based on what you've seen. It's terrible. The worst in Arkansas history. Some are even saying it might be the worst hire in SEC history in football. They've got a hell of an argument for it, not going to lie. I'm not going to take that podium to argue against that. Are you? I sure as hell wouldn't. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, thank you guys so much. We're gonna wrap it up here in just a couple of minutes. Again, I want to say thank you guys so much for coming by, for having our therapy session together. Moses Moody makes his decision. When was that? Was it 5:30? Was that his decision? I think it was. Ty, do you need a hug? This is Troubadour. Or Troubadour. Do I need a hug? I don't know. Are you a Razorback fan? I think we all need hugs. Thank you for actually being someone who feels the same frustration I feel, Ty. I don't. This is probably why I don't have sponsors. I don't know that anybody wants to come around this to sponsor. I don't know. I'm not touching that. That guy goes off. LSU 7, Alabama nothing. Is that the score right now? Okay, no, they don't kick off till 3, right? Fong Mueller says rock bottom. That is exactly what it is. The media went for Morris's head. That's good to hear. Curl and Pull are about the only players I count on defense anymore. Brooks plays like garbage. Brooks is a freshman, but he was out of place a lot, and at some point that's just not even an excuse anymore when you're out of place that often. Nathan Brown should get some looks at the head coaching job. Who hired this guy? That would be Cromer's Peoples. Is that her name? I'm not really sure. You're our bright spot. Oh, thank you. Mr. T-Dub up in the house. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for the donation. I really do appreciate that. If you guys want to throw a tip in the tip jar, you're more than welcome to. We're going to close this thing out. Again, I want to say a special thank you to all of you, whether you're donating or just coming through and commenting. We're having our group therapy session every single Saturday, because that's what this has become every single Saturday, because Arkansas football is atrocious. That's what this is. Moses Moody picks tonight. I think it's 5:30 p.m. That's our bright spot. That's what I want to leave this on. That's where we're leaving this. I've said it before, emotionally detach yourselves from the football program if you haven't already. Detach yourselves. Don't get in an argument with numbskulls on the internet. Don't deal with the morons who think that this is going to take 15 years to get turned right and want to do nothing but argue and defend Chad Morris, even based on what the hell they've seen this year. Don't do that. Don't put any energy into it. I try not to, but I get a lot of ats. I get a lot of people coming at me in DMs and on Twitter and on social media, through here on the comment section and my filtered section. But I'm over it. I think you guys should be too. We're still going to be here. Even after the last 2 games. We're going to be here because we got to call out the bullshit when we see it. But don't put any more energy into it. Don't get emotionally attached. Detach yourselves. I think a lot of you already have. Basketball. Musselman, I still don't know about tournament yet, but he could prove me wrong, because what I saw against Rice looks pretty damn good. They look pretty damn good, even without a true big, without a true 5, without a couple of guys inside, without Chaney, with no Vanover. I was pretty damn impressed with what I saw. We'll see if they can continue that. Rice is terrible. So again, like I've said all year, you got to pump the brakes on the hype. I still don't know if they make the tournament or not, but they absolutely, Musselman could prove me wrong, and I am excited to find out. That's your bright spot. You've got KK, who I think will also commit to Arkansas, along with Moody tonight. KK won't commit tonight. It'll be later on. It is supposedly a 2-for-1 deal. There you go. That's what you can emotionally get invested into. Baseball is going to be great, and we just sit back and watch how Hunter Yurchek handles the football situation. It's in his hands. You need an emoji for a dumpster fire. Yeah, I know. I thought you'd like that video at the beginning, though. Even though that video didn't appropriately fit the screen, I just threw it in there. LSU's up 7-0. I picked LSU to win this. I picked LSU in the upset. So you can go check it out on Twitter. I tagged TJ LSU Dad in that bad boy and LSU football. I have them winning. I could be wrong, though. Alabama is still pretty good. All right, we will see you guys hopefully on Monday. Internet worked out today. We'll see if it does on Monday. We're going to record the Hog Talk podcast. I think it's episode 38 tomorrow. It's going to be a good one, too. So we will see you guys then. Be good. And as always, woo damn pig.